to my channel. So you guys, today I have a special guest of honor, Mr. FIFEBANKS.
Hi everyone. Hi guys, how you doing? From wherever you're watching this all across the world, we're just saying hello. Hope you're having a great time.
Hi. So you guys, we're going to be doing the husband tag. The husband tag. You ready?
Really?
Are you really ready? I'm going to be asking you questions.
Okay.
Questions.
No
In the
problem.
inner of the Noah. Okay, so it's just going to be fun, and before we get started, smash the like button, okay? So
And subscribe to this channel.
yeah,
And of course, find my channel too and
yeah,
subscribe.
that's true. Yeah, Fife has his own channel, FIFEBANKS, so subscribe to his channel.
Right.
Okay, so let me see, is this thing? Let me put it here. Okay, so let's get started. So the first question: how and where did we meet?
How
Yes.
and where did we meet?
Yes.
I think you met me. Right. But of course we met in the city of Lagos. I think the first time that we saw each other physically, I came to the Nigerian law school where you were.
But
doing
that's
your-
not how we met.
Right. So okay, how we first saw, how we met. How we
Yes.
met. I think it was off Facebook or
We met on
BlackBerry
Facebook.
Messenger.
Yeah.
Well, so I wouldn't. So again, is how you met me. Like it's someone I was doing on Facebook, but you were already running a very successful blog there and wanted to interview me. And so we met on BBM. Because
Okay.
you had written through BlackBerry Messenger to say
yeah.
that I saw,
Yeah.
you know, what you are doing and
Yeah.
on Facebook and
Yeah,
liked it.
I saw an ad on Facebook. Then I contacted you on
Yeah, that I
BBM.
like to book an interview,
Yeah.
and, you know, and so that led on to a series of conversation over the phone, and a few months later we met in person,
In law,
you
at
know, which is
Nigerian
at
law
the
school.
Nigerian Law School.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second question is, how and where was our first date?
That was our first date. I think, okay, there are several dates that could be considered first, but I think the very first one is the day we met. I was actually on my way to church.
Yeah. Wait
Was
for
to-
what big?
Yeah, it was to a workers' meeting for.
Okay, no, true. There was
Well,
one
the
went
work-
to at Yaba. That's
Absolutely,
true.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
for a workers' meeting for the preparation of the first ever West Africa Believers Conference.
Faith.
WAFBEG.
West African
Faith Believers Conference.
Conference.
WAFBEG, you know, organized by the Covenant Nation.
Yeah.
And it was a Sunday, so I drove to Nigerian Law School, met my current wife, you know.
Wow, which current
and,
wife? Your first and final
Okay,
wife.
sorry. My first and final wife.
Thank you.
The wife of my youth and of my
old
old age.
Call it way.
Right.
Okay,
But it was actually on my way to that workers' meeting, and I just, asked her, like, okay, well, if you don't mind, would like to come with me after the workers' meeting, we can chill out somewhere else, but at least let's go.
But did we chill? After I workers, you brought me back to school now. There was no, because we closed
I
late.
can't even remember.
We actually closed late. It was in the evening.
Okay.
So the next question is, where was our first kiss and how was it?
There was our first kiss. I don't know. The one I remember is the one on the wedding day. And all the subsequent ones. But when was our first kiss? I would think it's in my house. Like, I don't know. I can't remember really.
It's almost 10 years.
Yeah, so.
It was in your house in Lekisha.
Right. Great.
What was your first impression of me?
What was my first impression of you?
When you met me at Nigerian Law School. Because that was the first time you had seen me physically.
Well, yeah. So we've been talking, and I kind of had an insight into the kind of person you could be before we met. So when we met, I would say that you had this unstated appearance, like, oh, maybe it's in a sense to be humble, maybe because you were a lot younger then, but you were just very understated, looking gentle.
Am I not gentle? What do you mean?
You used to be gentle. Right, and yeah, I mean, I we're meeting for the first time, so I really didn't have
So your first
any
your first
unnecessary
impression,
expectation.
no, not expectation.
Yeah, but my first
your
impression is that of
a gentle
somebody
person.
that has been well brought up.
Mommy, they say you trained me well.
You know, and just a happy-go-lucky, respectful and easygoing person. That was my first impression.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you meet my family?
When?
Yeah.
I can't remember the date, but I think it's shortly before we had the introduction. I had to go to Benin,
Okay.
to meet them in person, and of course to begin the process of
Okay, so let's move on.
changing your last name.
How did you know I was the one? Because I know you had like lists.
People always ask, that question. And
how did you know I was the one out of the people in your list?
For me, it was what I'll call a serendipitous moment.
Please
it
break
was,
it down.
It was, in fact, a more spiritual decision and a strategic one, because like I tell this story again and again when I'm counseling young people who want to get married, or when I'm speaking to couples and all of that, and people are asking, so how do I know who's the person for me? For me, when I was getting ready to get married and I was really, prepared and ready as a man to say, okay, now the next step would be to get married and settle down. I had a couple of ladies in my life, some who looked like it.
So
some,
you had plenty. A couple.
Maybe about 10, right?
Yeah, say the truth.
And some who I wasn't even dating, to be candid, but they were like dating me. Some who friends thought, that we were a perfect match. And so, when you're in that kind of situation, there's bound to be some sort of
so how
confusion.
Did you know I was the one?
So how did I, identify you is I had gone on an official assignment to be.
So you had a spiritual encounter.
And, I had gone to place an offering, a seed on the altar at the Church of God Mission in Benin. That's Archbishop Benson Bowser's church. And I just made a very simple prayer. Lord, whoever is in my life now that is not in my future.
Hallelujah.
And there be a separation.
Praise God.
And guess what, guys? Less than 2 years later, we got married on that altar.
Not 2 years, it's less than a
Yeah,
year.
I mean, like about a year, and 3 months.
9 months and 10.
Right.
9, 10 months.
And we got married on that same altar. Little did I know when I was dropping that seed in Benin City that my wife was born in that church, and that we're going to come back.
Special package for you.
To
That's why you have to treat me well. Anyway. Okay, how long have we been together?
How long have we been together? This will be since 2012, right? 2013. Oh, we didn't meet in 2013.
We met 2013 January.
Interesting.
That was the first time we were
Wow,
meeting.
okay, I thought it was 2012.
No, we were chatting 2012,
and
but
then
we met
basically January 2013. So that's been like 8 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 8 years, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But we'll be married for 7+ years.
No,
we're
in our 8th year now.
Yeah, I know.
What do you do for a living, and do you use your university degree, college degree?
What do I do for a living?
Yeah, boy.
No, I'm bigger than that, much bigger. Right. So what I do is I run a consulting firm. It's a management consulting. We focus on strategy, we focus on transactions, and we focus on talent as well as brands. But I am also, apart from being a certified Harvard-trained management consultant, I'm also an executive coach. So I'm also what I describe as a prosperity development advisor, because I help individuals, corporations, families to develop prosperity in their ecosystem. So that's essentially what I do.
So are you using your college
deploying
degree?
My consulting, coaching, creative skills to provide solutions to clients. Am I using my college degree? To a large extent, but not directly, because my first degree is in computer science, and of course, as a consultant, you get to use different kind of software packages. So if I didn't have that background, maybe it would have been a little difficult. For instance, as a corporate trainer, you get to use PowerPoint, a lot. And this is something that I self-taught myself, and I'm arguably, without any sense of pride, one of the best, PowerPoint designers in Nigeria. And of course, things like Microsoft projects, I am certified in Microsoft project, and
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
okay.
of
We're
other
not pitching. Is
certifications.
there a
We're not
business
pitching.
pitch?
You are the one that asked me that am
Okay,
I
so
using my college degree.
there is a question here. So,
So
what,
yeah, nothing is a waste, really.
okay,
No
what
knowledge.
what do you love about me?
What do I love about you? Haven't I been asked this question before?
No.
No, not today, but before.
This is for you too.
Well, a whole lot of things,
Let me smile as
I wouldn't say something in particular, but you see, let me say, my ideal woman, you fit perfectly into that. Somebody who is enterprising, somebody who is
they say, what do you love about me? Don't give textbook description.
No, I'm talking about my ideal woman.
Calm down. What do you love about him?
I don't know. So what kind of answer are you expecting?
What do you love about me?
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that I love about you. It's not one thing.
Okay.
You see, should I be saying you're high, you're here, you're
there? You can start from there. Right. Okay, so
well, beyond all the physical, because for me as a person, I go much deeper than just physical. You've been my wife for many years, so I'm not toasting you or anything. I'm telling you that my ideal woman is somebody that beyond the surface, you've got to be enterprising. Okay. You've got to be confident of yourself. You've got to be able to hold your own, in the middle of different people. And so all these characteristics come together in you. And over the years, I've seen you develop and go to different levels. So I get to love you even as you evolve more. Right. So
Thank you. Everyone, thank you. Okay. So what is one unique talent that I have?
What's one unique talent? Talk now.
I'm quiet.
Yeah, you are. Right.
Don't let it deceive you. I'm very quiet.
Very well.
Yes. Let me see. What can I spend hours doing?
Talk.
Okay. No. What can I spend hours doing? I haven't covered my face.
Well, what can you spend hours doing? Being on the internet. On YouTube. On Instagram and all those,
Okay, so what is my heritage?
I'm happy you're making money from those platforms though.
Yeah.
Some people are just there.
What is my heritage and where am I from?
What's your heritage? Well, two things that stand out. I think you have an heritage of faith and you have an heritage of law. Heritage of faith in the sense that your both parents are pastors. Even your grandma is a pastor. Another grandma is a major a dame, yeah. Whatever that means. But I wanted to talk about a relationship with Christ in mercy, but of course, it's not for the purpose of this. Yeah. And so, coming from a family of faith, people, believers, and all of that, that's an heritage. The other one is having an heritage of law, because your father and your mother are both, very celebrated and distinguished lawyers.
Did I play any sports?
Yes, of course.
Which one?
Well, it's not the one that you have been playing since we met.
But what you used to play. I play any sports. Don't be political.
It's badminton. Congratulations.
Who is my best friend?
Who's your best friend? It's not Eno. Well, yeah, maybe Eno. If Eno is watching this, she'll be happy.
Okay. How many children do you want?
How many children do I want? As many as possible.
Why are you scratching your head?
As many as possible, by minimum
you want
of
12.
Not really.
What's minimum of 2? Okay, minimum of 2, maximum of how many?
Maximum of 4.
How do you resolve problems?
How do I resolve problems?
Between both of us.
Oh, okay. Well, it depends on
I
context.
don't give you problems.
Of course you do. It depends on context, really. If there's a disagreement over issues, I tend to want us to debate it. From my background as a consultant, as somebody as a business person, I want us to be able to find out who is advancing a superior argument, and so that we can, just
So
go in
how
that
do I like
direction.
it to react?
So, but you can be quite emotional, and so sometimes the conversation needs to be had again and again.
What define emotion
Before
now?
you can just get angry or go in a particular tangent. But I mean, so this is for husbands, that are watching this. You got to be calm. You can come back to the same
Wait, are you saying
conversation.
I'm not calm?
I'm not saying you're not calm. I'm saying that you ask how do I resolve issues between the
Okay.
brothers, and then we can still have that conversation at a much better time when maybe your mood has changed or in a different context entirely. So find a subtle way of bringing back the same issue. I also like, as you must have noticed over the years, to actually take issues for what they are. And let's discuss the issue and not, attacking personality. So that way we're able to quickly, address the situation. And I think my training as a consultant also helps, to diagnose what really is the issue.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
And as a coach.
it's okay. You're correct.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me not argue with you. Okay. Which one should I have? Weird habits of each other. What weird habits? What weird habit do you have? What weird habit do I have?
I don't know. What weird habit do you have that to be staying on YouTube and be on your phone and be oblivious of everything in the environment when you're on YouTube? I don't know. What weird behaviors I have?
What weird behavior does Mr. Vance have? They're very finicky. It's almost OCD. They're very finicky. Every little spot. Let's just leave it there.
Yeah, it can be quite meticulous.
Yeah, that's the word, meticulous.
Right.
And
But is that a bad thing?
when is obsessive?
It's not obsessive.
It is
It's
sometimes.
not obsessive.
No, I'm not saying. I say it's almost.
It's not.
It hasn't gotten there, but on the way.
But I know people that are much worse than I am.
No,
but,
I don't know. They're asking me about you. And they don't ask me about other people. They say, "What's the weird?" That's the only thing I can
because
think of.
one of my personal values is excellence. So, and I know that excellence keep pushing until it is excellent. It's one of my philosophies in life.
Okay.
Right.
What food do I not like?
What food don't you like? I think it changes from season to season. From the days of keto to
No,
the
they
diet.
say I don't like, not the one I like.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. That sometimes you like this, sometimes you don't like that. Like currently now you don't like yam.
No, it's not like, excuse me, you
So
people,
what food don't you
wait,
like?
you people are aware that I'm trying to change my life. It's not like I don't like yam. I like yam. It's just that I choose not to eat yam.
So what food don't you like?
That means you don't know me. You know I like food.
I know you like. I test all my.
I'm very adventurous with food, so I can't really say that.
I can pinpoint what food
Exactly.
you don't like. So
That's
which
the
is I am
answer.
correct.
No,
But
you didn't
then
get it initially.
No, then again, so I needed to go back in history and know how today you like this food, tomorrow you don't like it. So based on whatever programs you are on, so I couldn't really pinpoint it. But I think,
I'm
generally
very
you like
adventurous with food.
so,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I can go to any country in the world, and except it's bad, but I can adapt with their food. Like,
well,
yes, now.
let's take it to China.
I said it's human. If it's human fetus, so I won't eat so. But if it's normal food, like it's just normal vegetables and food, I'm very adventurous with food. So I think we've come to the end of
Really?
this.
No more questions?
No more questions.
Okay, so the question I would like to ask you guys watching this is, why aren't you subscribing to my channel?
Because you not told them to subscribe.
Alright, it's FIFEBANKS.
Okay, what do you do on your channel? You not told
On my
them.
channel, I talk about everything that has to do with prosperity development, pretty much this and that. But nowadays, I'm going to be focusing a lot on real estate, and the opportunities that exist in that sector for everyday people to prosper. We're going to be talking about prop tech, real estate. Just brace yourself and wait for it. Yeah, because like I said earlier on, I help people develop prosperity. and one major investment that everyday people can begin to invest in is real estate. I have invested in real estate. I'm still investing in real estate, and believe me, um, it just offers some of the best returns, and it's real. So you still have your asset, you can see.
People should go to the first channel.
Just with my channel.
For more, name of channel is FIFEBANKS. I'm going to put a card so you can just click on it. And yeah, so thank you so much for featuring the mountain and rivers I had to cross for this man to come and sit down here today. People should help me thank Jehovah. So thank you so much, and we'll see you in our next one. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.